Today we're going to talk about the relationship between the carnivore diet and intermittent fasting. See, I've been on the carnivore diet for a little over 9 months now, and the first 6.5 months I dropped over 100 pounds. But about 6 weeks into the carnivore diet, I started intermittent fasting on accident. If you do the carnivore diet correctly and eat tons and tons of fat, guess what? You see, it just satiates you enough to where you're just not hungry at all. I started at eating twice a day, in the morning and then the late afternoon, and kind of going from there. Then I realized if I ate a little bit later and I ate a little bit more, that I'd only have to do 1 meal a day. And for the most part, I've only done 1 meal a day for the last 7 months. And just from an efficiency point of view for me, it works out so much better because I cook one time, I clean one time, and then I'm on with my day. See, my time, very, very, very limited. See, I run a farm here, I run an Airbnb, what I'm in right now, I run a YouTube channel and multiple other online businesses. So I don't have that much free time, and I think that's part of the reason why I started eating so badly, the last few years, is because, okay, just from an efficiency point of view, it's easy to go take a plate of Jose Ale taquitos in the microwave, in like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, they're done. And that's what really led me down the path of eating terribly. So for the most part, I started doing it by accident, and I figured, hey, you know what, as long as I get enough to eat during that day and I'm not hungry and, I get enough calories to sustain me, then I'm good. Well, stuff pops up on YouTube, you start Googling a little bit more, and you realize that the intermittent fasting, the 1 meal a day, what I'm doing, has so many more benefits, and it aligns perfectly with the carnivore diet. If you think back to our hunter-gatherer ancestors, they didn't have a kitchen that they could go to, just make something real quick when they're hungry and eat. They had to go hunt it or gather it. Sometimes food was scarce, which meant that they didn't eat every day. Maybe they didn't eat every other day. Maybe they didn't eat for 5, 6, 7 days in a row, but they had to be able to maintain themselves in order to go get this food, in order to survive. And because of that, our bodies have adapted, and it produces a hormone called HGH. HGH, especially in short-term, not super long-term fast, you don't want to go 60 days without eating, but in short-term fast, your body releases and produces this hormone in order to preserve muscle. But if you take advantage of it correctly, it can help with big-time fat loss, and it can help you put on a ton more muscle. But just switching to the carnivore diet, eating tons of red meat, guess what? Your testosterone is going to go through the roof. Your HGH is going to gradually increase as well. So when you add on the intermittent fasting aspect of it, so if you eat once a day like I do, guess what? My HGH levels are spiking. Now today is day 4 of a 100-day very strict carnivore challenge that I'm doing. I'm filming every day of it and putting it on YouTube. I said this too late in the other video, but if you're following along, do me a favor, drop a comment down below about what you're eating today. I'm very curious, and it might give me some ideas. But on this 4th day of this challenge, what am I eating on the carnivore diet? The answer is nothing. Today, I'm not eating anything at all. I'm going to do a 48-hour fast. So what does that mean? I have water. I'm going to take a couple pinches of salt under my tongue today, and that's about it. I mean, that's not about it. That is 100% it. And because of this, my body's going to start thinking, okay, I need to go into preservation mode, and it's going to release a lot more of this human growth hormone. That human growth hormone, by doing this, is going to spike by like 2,000% by just doing a 48-hour fast. And when your body releases this hormone, there's other stuff going on, and I don't want to get too sciencey about it, but guess what? Your body's going to go to your fat that you still have left, the little bit that I have left, and it's going to go and burn that first. Because your body's always going to resort to burning fat before muscle first. Now, you don't want to be able to burn muscle because you want to pack on as much muscle as possible. Why? The more muscle that you have, the higher that your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, the amount of calories that you burn just resting goes up, and the more fat that you can and the more calories that you burn every day. And what I've found over the course of these last 7, 8, 9 months is that what I'm doing today in combination with what I do tomorrow, so make sure to hit that subscribe button down below so you get notified when I put up the new video tomorrow. You can see what I do. That combination, I can lose like 3.5, 4 pounds in the course of 48 hours. Now I'm going to be able to have those same results now? No, because I don't have that much to lose. But when I was a lot bigger, guess what? Yeah, I would drop 3, 4 pounds like overnight by kind of hacking my body to where I'm going to go, okay, I'm not going to eat, I'm going to fast for 48 hours. And then what I do tomorrow with how I break the fast and some exercise stuff that I do, yeah, I can drop. Maybe it's a lot of it's water weight, I don't know. But you know what? It looks good on the scale and it makes me feel, hey, you know what I'm doing, my work is paying off. And every once in a while, that's sometimes just what you need. But what's crazy is I feel so much stronger when I'm fasting. Like tomorrow, when I do my exercise, when I do my workouts, guess what? It's gonna be a lot easier than it would be if I'm full. There's something about doing fasted cardio in the morning too. You know, a lot of people talk about, oh, you do 30 minutes of fasted cardio before you even put anything in your mouth. There's a ton of benefits to that. Now, by just doing the one meal a day, I'm spiking my HGH up really high. But by pushing the fast to 2 days, it goes up literally 2,000%. You add on just the red meat, guess what? That goes up more. You add on what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I don't even know how that compounds. I don't know how that translates, but guess what? It works. Now the problem is for the first day, it sucks. For the first day for me, it sucks because like, it's already past my like eating time and my body's going, hey Ryan, you're supposed to feed me, I'm kind of hungry now. And that's where I just realize that, you know what, if today's gonna be a sucky day, it's gonna be a sucky day. You know, I had my air conditioning go out on me last night and I put a phone call in, oh, it's gonna be 4 or 5 days till we can come out and take a look at it. Yeah, I live in Texas and it's early September and it's still triple digits. That's not fun. That's why I'm in the Airbnb. So thankfully no guests tonight, so I can get a little bit good sleep. Tomorrow it's gonna be a little bit more interesting. And oddly enough, that's a pretty good transition because if you get really good sleep while you're fasting, guess what? Your body's gonna burn more fat. It just, I don't know the science behind it, but it works. So what am I gonna do tonight? I'm gonna sleep in this really nice, cool house. And I'm probably gonna take a magnesium supplement before I go to bed. I rarely do that, only on days that I fast, so I can make sure that I get that really good sleep. And the key for me today is to make the day go by as quick as possible, keep myself as busy as possible. I already shredded 9.5 acres of pasture this morning. I'm gonna go probably play 2 hours of pickleball. I'm gonna get to work on my computer and try and do as much as I can, keep myself as busy as I can, because sometimes, you know, when I get real busy, I forget to eat, and that's what I'm trying to trick myself into doing. Gonna edit this video, gonna do a couple more things around here, and I'm just gonna try and make myself as tired as possible and as productive as possible so I can get to sleep as quickly as I can and make the day go by fast, because guess what? I'm hungry. And I recently just did a video on this about how if you mess up on your carnivore diet, guess what? Do a fast, do a 2, maybe 3 day fast, and you can get yourself back on track without having to go through any kind of withdrawals that, you know, oh, you ate a whole box of donuts. Okay, you know what, that's okay, that's okay. You gotta learn how to get yourself back on track. Don't do it 2 days in a row, don't do it 3 days in a row, don't do it a month in a row, because then you're completely off the rails. Learn how to get yourself back on track, and this is a great way to do it. And also, say you go and, you know, you binge and you have a cheat day, you go and, you know, be bad, if you want to call it. Guess what? How can you offset a ton of calories? Don't eat the next day. There's a theory that, you know, with other diets, but not with the carnivore diet, it's called carb cycling, to where you go eat a bunch of carbs one day, and then you stay low for the next 2, and then you go up, and then you go down. And at the end of the week, the amount of calories that you ate would be roughly the same if you ate the same every day. So that's one way to look at it. I don't know too much about that. I've looked into it just a little bit and it kind of makes sense to me. But I know my BMR is like 1950, 2000, something like that. Plus all the work I do around here, plus the exercise that I get. I burn on average about 3,500 calories a day. That's almost a pound of weight that's just gonna fall right off, because burning 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of weight loss. But this way of eating, because you can get full off of one meal, guess what? The intermittent fasting just comes and slides right in perfectly. Like I said, I did it by accident. Now that I know more, I'm gonna, you know, use this to be able to enhance myself better. We're gonna be able to try and put on more muscle. See what I do tomorrow, because my HGH levels are spiked, and I'm gonna break the fast, and I'm gonna refuel, and I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna use that extra HGH that my body's produced in order to build myself up, pack on more muscle, and just get in better shape. And not to mention, there's a lot of different benefits that I don't know enough to speak on right now. Insulin growth factor 1, blah, 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 and how the intermittent fasting really does benefit you. This video and tomorrow's video really go hand in hand, so make sure, hit that subscribe button down below so you get notified when I put up that video. Hit the like button down below, because it really does help the video get boosted up in the YouTube algorithm, and drop a comment about what you're eating today, if you're eating anything at all. Maybe you try fasting for 24 hours, maybe it's 48 hours tomorrow. See how you feel. If you like it, keep doing it, but don't judge it while you're doing it, because right now, I'm kind of hungry, okay? Kind of sucks, but judge it by how you feel. Give it 4 or 5 hours after you break the fast and then see the results. And with that, make sure you check in tomorrow because tomorrow's video is just as important as this one, all right? See you tomorrow. Bye.